Are you tired of this guy shooting at you from behind a barrier? What about this guy spawning with 5 of his friends right behind you, all ready to shoot you the second you look away?
Hey, idiots! We got the house!
Where did this just come from? What the fuck? Well, look no further. This is the build for you. The only requirement you need is this Recon Lasgun. So before we go over the equipment, let's go over the feats. In the first tree, you're going to want to take 10% toughness on ranged weak spot kills, because unlike the bolter, where I would take the elite kill, you're going to be mostly going after the shooters and the smaller elites, and just always going for headshots with this build. In the second tree, it's really a toss-up. Tactical reload is pretty good, but if you can get the reload speed somewhere else, I like to take the 20% increased range damage based on how far away you are. It's pretty good as long as you keep your distance, and then the grenades is not really useful in this build. For the third tree, this one doesn't matter as much, but if you're trying to flex on your teammates, you can show all of the enemies to your allies with this one. The grenades doesn't really matter, and then this one I haven't tested it too much, but it can work as well. If your teammates, if you have a pre-made team and your teammates are telling you, I'm tired of seeing just constant yellow, because you will have your ult up pretty much constantly. For the third one, or for the fourth one, this is an absolute requirement, is a 75% toughness damage reduction. This is very, very important. The other two are nice, but this one, as long as you're using the build correctly, you will basically have this all the time. For the fifth row, this one, you have to pick the reload speed on elite kill. This will help you keep the ult up in between reloads, and the dead shot is very bad. You lose stamina very, very quickly with this gun. It'll literally deplete it in 2 seconds, and then the grenade doesn't really matter. And then the linchpin of this build is counterfire, the 25% weak spot damage built on top of make every shot count, which is the 50%, means that you are absolutely destroying them as long as you're shooting them in the head. And this is also very important because it designates all the shooters as priority targets, which is what this build is all about. So let's go over to the loadouts and talk about equipment. Of course, the primary weapon doesn't matter. You use power sword because it's the best. You can use anything here really, but the power sword is really good because you're going to want to take care of all the poxwalkers, anything that doesn't get highlighted by the lasgun. You use the power sword for. Another good weapon you can use is a heavy damage axe to help with the armored dudes like crushers. The weaknesses for this build are crushers and bulwarks, and just anything that isn't highlighted by your ultimate. And then of course the Recon Lasgun is an absolute must. You can have either this one or its counterpart, which is the MK2 Recon Lasgun, but I prefer the 6 Recon Lasgun because it just shoots so much faster, and you preferably could get one that has a lot of ammo, because it actually affects how big the clip is. You can see this one is 104, while I have one here that has 47% ammo, and its clip is 88. And then for perks, as you can see, I re-rolled, and it took quite a long time, of course, with the current system, but I got 10% reload speed, which helps keep the ult going and make sure you have your ult up by the time it runs out. And then the blessings here, I kind of got unlucky with strip down, but preferably you'd get Infernus or something that does extra damage would be very nice. But in the meantime, while the crafting system isn't complete, whatever you can get. And that's pretty much it. Now that we've gone over the feats and the equipment, here's some gameplay of this build in action. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I'll be making more of these in the future. What is happening right now? I already have my whole up before I lost.
Another one.
Nuts.
Another one.
Show me that ugly grin! Not so loud now, are ya?
We gotta look at them all.
Shield me whilst I reload!
Praise the master!
Trapper's got her last net!
Look at all these highlighted enemies.
Cover just makes it fun.
Limited ultimate right here, baby.
Hold that pose!
Trapper's dead? Good!
Water Simon! Red gunner!
Battle's about to explode!
Got a horse!
Everything my dream untidy!
Nah, there's none.
Round!
What the fuck is this, bro?